Everybody, welcome back to Chaos Theory presented by Water Hose Drinkers. I am Alex Smith here with my cousin and co-host Josh Bevel. And Chaos Theory is essentially big butterfly effects in sports, crazy little things where little twists and turns have greatly affected different programs or franchises. And we got a doozy today, Josh.
I have a love-hate relationship with this one.
It's all love for me.
Of course it is. Of course it is. So you want to tell the people at least what the basis of this topic is before we get into it?
The basis is because of Frank Gore, the Jacksonville Jaguars are getting a brand new billion-dollar stadium.
Pretty much.
Now, let me set the stage. It is week 14 of 2020 of the NFL season. The Jets are 0-13. The Rams are 9-4. The Jaguars are 1-12. They won week 1 against the Colts that year. Late in the third quarter, score is 13-3 Jets. Frank Gore gets a clutch TD late in the third quarter to put the Jets up 20-3. The Rams end up making a little bit of a comeback, and on the last drive, 3rd and 6, 2 minutes left, Frank Gore converts for the first down for the Jets to get their first win. That helped put Jacksonville in the driver's seat for the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft. The Jets went on to win the next week, carrying that momentum over against the Browns that all but solidified the Jaguars get the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft. Jags finished 1-15, Jets finished 2-14. Jaguars obviously took Trevor Lawrence.
Jets obviously took Zach Wilson.
Yep.
1 and 2.
So, you kind of start the theory there with if the Jaguars get the number 2 pick, do they take Zach Wilson? Do they take Trey Lance? Do they take a non-quarterback? Assuming that the Jets take Trevor Lawrence there, of course. So, following the Trevor Lawrence pick, the Jaguars went 3-14 the next year. The Jets went 4-13 the next year. Jaguars picked number 1 overall again. Then last year, the Jaguars went 9-8, made the playoffs. The Jets went 7-10. With Trevor Lawrence greatly improving under Doug Peterson. So basically, the idea is that with Trevor Lawrence, this big, exciting young quarterback who's looking like a generational talent, the fan base is bought back in, the ownership is bought back in, donors are bought back in. I mean, you think about it like this, Josh. This team had rumors circling about moving to London before they went to the playoffs last year. And so now that you have all of this public support and you have the money and you have the talent, what do? You renovate your stadium, i.e. build a new mega stadium. That is going to be super cool. So that is how Frank Gore is responsible for Everbank Stadium 2.0.
And it's crazy, you can tag along, a lot of what ifs. We were talking about last episode too, what if Frank Gore didn't run in that touchdown, Jets get the number 1 overall pick. Obviously, would have taken Trevor Lawrence. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have happened for New York. And I know, obviously Monday night, Rodgers goes down with the Achilles injury. Would have Aaron Rodgers even gotten hurt? And what if, Aaron Rodgers was contemplating retirement around that time after the back-to-back MVP years.
If he doesn't retire and he doesn't go to the Jets, who do you think Aaron Rodgers is playing for this year?
Oof.
I would say a team like the Bucks,
Niners,
Saints.
I think he played for the Niners.
Go back home to Cal. That'd be pretty cool.
Cali.
Josh, one of my big things is Jacksonville has always had a difficult time attracting top-end free agent talent.
Yeah.
The fact that they were able to pull Evan Ingram, Brandon Scherf, Christian Kirk.
I know Calvin Ridley was a trade too, but they went after him.
Foyce Ulukun coming from the Falcons. The fact that the Jags were able to go and get those guys to come to Jacksonville says enough. Imagine what guys would want to do in the free agent pool if Trevor Lawrence was in a big market like New York. I mean, that greatly changes New York's marketability in terms of free agents.
Oh, 100%. Rodgers even changed, a little bit of the marketability. And, a guy like Trevor Lawrence brings, I guess, just a lot of winning mindset to your organization. And, you know, now you got Doug Peterson, too, that has just even elevated it so more.
Well, Dalvin Cook, Lazard,
Yeah.
Mecole Hardman, I doubt that any of those guys go to New York without the promise of playing with Aaron
No
Rodgers.
shot.
And I mean, it's obviously, since it's in Madden, it's a real thing, but guys want to play with franchise quarterbacks. I mean, free agents, they're no dummies. These guys are players. They know that to win the Super Bowl, you've got to have that talent at quarterback, which Rodgers and Lawrence are.
100%, 100%. And, you know, it's just a whole lot of what ifs, you know. What if the Jags don't get Trevor Lawrence? You know, who do they take at number 2? If you don't take Zach Wilson, at that time, who would you take?
I wasn't going to take Trey Lance, that's for sure. Fields?
Yeah, maybe Justin Fields, you know. And I think Justin Fields is a good quarterback, but he's obviously not as good as T-Law.
He's not quite a developed passer.
No.
He also, I don't think the Bears have done the best job of building around him. So, I mean, I think the jury's still out there a little bit. My pick would have been Fields at 2.
Yeah.
But Zach Wilson had so much hype, man. Like, I
Yeah.
would not put it past Jaguars front office taking Wilson at 2.
No kidding, and it's just crazy how things just could have played out, you know. And that's the whole basis of this, you know, show. It's just a whole lot of what ifs, you know, and butterfly effects, how things could have just drastically changed the landscape of sports.
What if the Jaguars take Zach Wilson number 2 overall and pick number 1 overall 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
Because they don't have the free agency talent coming in. Zach Wilson's
shits
not.
the bed.
Zach Wilson's shit in the bed. And what if Bryce Young is in Jacksonville right now? I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many different branches you can follow with this. That is chaos theory.
Well, thank you guys for watching episode 2 of Chaos Theory. Be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Twitter. Thank you.
Stay chaotic.